guys, welcome back to Morimoto Lighting. I'm Bear Dellinger, and today we're going to be doing some 4Banger installs for your 2019 and up Ram. But before we get into the install, let's tell you what these bad boys are all about. So the 4Bangers, we have two different levels. We have an entry level, which uses a Nichia chip, and we call this the NCS version. Now we have the secondary level. This is for the premium users, the off-roading, the top dog of pod lights. This application uses the OSRAM chip, and we call it the HXB or the HX Boost. So once you decide what application level you would like, you will then move on to what driving pattern you want. We have three different patterns to choose from: Spotlight, the wide, or a combo driving pattern. We have all three patterns in an amber or white. So with our wide pattern, many people are more so drawn to the wide pattern to help increase night visibility and to use it as a fog light replacement. No matter if you choose the NCS or the HX Boost pod light, you will experience the same driving beam pattern. Now with our combo beam pattern, it is a super cool spot beam with a little bit more fill. It still stacks up to the competition very well, but remember, most people will choose the white beam pattern over something like this. Now onto the spot beam pattern. Still an incredible bright beam pattern that is tight. It looks like a square that is done on purpose because we at Morimoto know a thing or two about beam patterns. All three patterns come in either a white or amber color. But one thing to note is your light output would be a little bit less with the yellow lenses. On the higher end, the HXB uses the OSRAM chip, but it doesn't come in yellow. The white light has to pass through the yellow lens and losing about 30% of its brightness. Still an incredible option. Something neat about the entry level, those Nichia chips do come in a yellow option. Having a yellow light pass through a yellow lens, it doesn't lose as much, so the light output is closely matched to that of the white counterpart. The overall footprint of the 4Banger is approximately 30% smaller than alternatives that offer comparable performance. This allows for an unbeatable 3OEM Plus like fitment when paired with Morimoto's fog light or A-pillar mounting kits. With a standard -3° aim, the beam pattern produced by the NCS wide beam model is designed to be compliant with the latest SAE F3 regulations for use as a street legal fog light. And the same goes for the HXB wides. And lastly, the Morimoto 4Bangers are backed up with a limited lifetime warranty. So these will be the tools that you'll be using for your install. You'll be using a ratchet of your own choice, 7mm socket with an extension, an 8mm socket, an Allen set, and also a Torx set. So before we get into the install, we'll have to go ahead and build out the bracketry for your 4Banger. What you're going to do is take your Morimoto 4Banger and you're going to uninstall the two smaller screws on the very back side of this. And when installing these, you'll be using a T10. Now that you have those two screws removed, you can go ahead and take this metal adjustment bracket. You'll be putting it on the very top as well. And then there's two grooves. You just make sure you get those lined up and it'll fit onto your 4Banger nice and snug. And in the kit, you'll be using the two longer screws and you'll be screwing that in place of those two shorter ones that you just uninstalled. Now that you have the black adjustment bracket on there and installed, you'll take this black small plastic piece and line it up into that square area and push it into place. Okay, now that you have that bracket on, you're gonna go ahead and take your plastic bracket and take your 4Banger and feed the harness up and through, and then sandwich it in between these two plastic bracket pieces. And when doing this, make sure that the top two grooves on the very top and also on the very bottom are lined up. And now that you have the bracket and the 4Banger in place, you'll be using the provided 4 smaller screws, and you'll just place those in just like so. And keep in mind, whenever doing this, do not tighten these down too tight because you are working with plastic. So just take your T10 tool and tighten these straight down. Now with all 4 of those screws in, what you'll do is take your adjustment spring and place it in between that little gappage on the very top of your 4Banger. And then you'll take your adjustment screw and just screw it into place as well. Keep in mind, you do not have to tighten this down all the way just yet. You'll do this at the very end when adjusting your 4Banger inside the housing area. All right, now that your 4Banger is installed into your bracketry, let's get straight into the install. So now that we're here down beside the truck, what we're gonna go ahead and do is start removing the 8mm that are on the outside of the fender well, and then 2 of them on the inside of the fender well. Now go ahead and remove the 2 on the inner side as well so you can get that black panel out. You can go ahead and start uninstalling your OEM fog light. And to do so, all you have to do is go ahead and start unplugging your OEM harness, and then there'll be 3 screws that you have to unscrew from it, and you can just go ahead and pull the fog light right out. So before installing your 4Banger, make sure to go ahead and take your Deutsch connector that is vehicle specific for your vehicle. All you have to do is plug it into your 4Banger just like so, and then it's ready to go for a full plug-and-play system. So keep in mind when installing your 4Banger, there might be some finessing when putting it into the housing area. Once you got it installed, go ahead and take those 3 7mm screws and tighten them back down. And before buttoning it back up, make sure to test out your 4Banger, and also don't forget to adjust the height of it before putting that black piece back on. And just like that, guys, your Morimoto fog light replacements are installed. With this, we went with the Morimoto White Wide HXBs, and they look so freaking amazing in the fitment for your fog lights. So if you want to find out what other products we have in store for your Ram, make sure to go over to our website and put your year, make, and model, and we'll catch you guys over there.